the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, start a movement with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We tryna do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, you know I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, ay, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily, we want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, you know I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, ay, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. The well of the storm, I feel like it's season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get you some sign and have your own sneaker. I'm in the van, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. Hey. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the lost like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It wasn't possible, I heard him say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Running back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. 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 Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine.
remainder of your season. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Van Andel Soccer Stadium here in the campus of Hope College for tonight's MIAA contest between the Knights of Calvin University and your Hope College Flying Dutch. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Knights, a senior from Jackson, number 0, Calix Dodge. A senior from Granville, number 5, Lindsay Houtsma. A junior from Wheaton, Illinois, number 6, Ellie Farrell. A sophomore from Farmington Hills, number 8, Catherine Bergman. A sophomore from Ann Arbor, number 10, Michaela Waraway. A senior from Grand Rapids, number 12, Liz Williams. A senior from Muskegon, number 13, Sophie Mueller. A senior from Grand Rapids, number 22, Rory Pruis. A junior from Grand Ledge, number 23, Mia Judd. A junior from Naperville, Illinois, number 29, Lucy Iverson. And a senior from Killdeer, Illinois, number 30, Jess Inman. Head coach for Calvin University is Emily Ottenoff. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for your Hope College Flying Dutch. A senior from Jackson, number 0, Kendall Robertson. A junior from Cumming, Georgia, number 4, Grace Fowler. A senior from Grand Haven, number 5, Carly Wagaski. A junior from Fishers, Indiana, number 9, Lauren Ellinger. A sophomore from Hudsonville, number 12, Bree Rose. A freshman from Portage, number 15, Mia Hesley. A freshman from Jenison, number 16, Adeline Rad. A junior from Zeeland, number 22, Ainsley Harris. A sophomore from Diamonddale, number 24, Audra Usiak. A junior from Rockford, number 25, Megan McCauley. And a sophomore from Rockford, number 27, Hallie Barnard. Hope College is coached by Holly Van Ord. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your caps. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Welcome to the beautiful campus of Hope College in Holland, Michigan for this rivalry game between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Calvin University Knights. My name is Matt Margarone, and I'm joined by my good friend Paul Willard.
Hello, sir.
And we are in for a treat.
Yeah, let me tell you, you've got Jordan versus Bird, Magic versus Bird, Bulls versus Trailblazers. You've got Ali Frazier. You've got Lakers and Mavericks. You've got all these other rivalries.
Ronaldo.
Messi, Ronaldo, right?
This is
none of them none of them
Okay.
compare to the Hope-Calvin rivalry here. And we've got a full moon tonight.
Oh my gosh, it's
Mr. Matt
October.
Margarone, anything can happen. It is spooky season, full moon tonight. We have a perfect view of it. We hope that you do as well on your broadcast right now, because it is just peeking out over the trees. Beautiful trees here in Michigan right now, in Holland, Michigan. You can't get better weather than fall soccer, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, and not only is the weather great, it's a nice crisp night for soccer, as you can see the players on the sideline wearing their coats for the first time this season, but also a beautiful night for watching two very, very talented teams play.
Yeah.
Two teams coming into the season on some hot streaks. Hope on a 9-game winning streak.
Wow.
And Calvin is currently 4-0 in the MIAA, and so is Hope. And so this is a game that will most likely determine the MIAA tournament seedings and the regular season championship. Buckle up. These two teams played twice last year. Calvin got the better of Hope both times.
Yeah.
Although in the tournament,
MIAA final,
it came down to a shootout, and Hope will take the kickoff to start the game and go along to the local player, Ainsley Harris, out of Holland Christian. Had 2 goals in the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Just playing so well early in the season.
Yeah, Ainsley Harris earning MIAA Athlete of the Week honors for the Flying Dutch here. And just an incredible player from the local area here, as Wagoski gets a turn in the box, leaves it behind now.
Yeah, early on, Hope has the ball on Calvin's side of the field, but that is a bad giveaway as Calvin jumps on the ball, maintains possession. They'll go back to the 6, who goes wide, and Calvin's off to the races.
Yeah, Calvin's so talented up top. They have the ability to score a lot of goals, and they don't let a lot of goals in.
Oh, an early dangerous ball across the box. Audrey Usiak does a great job shielding off the oncoming Knight, and right away, this is an up-and-down game, Paul Willard.
Yeah, Matt, you and I were talking earlier today via text message, and I said I believe that if my stats are not mistaken, they may have changed in the past couple of days with a game, but Calyx Dodge has like a 88% save percentage right now.
It's unbelievable.
Which is unbelievable. She doesn't let many goals in, although Hope has been known to turn on the scoring as of late, especially since they're on that 9-game winning streak right now.
The ball gets played back to Kendall Robertson. If you're just tuning in to this game, first time this season watching Hope, Kendall is a transfer out of Grand Valley State, a senior transfer, which is a rare thing, but she's done a great job for Hope this year, and Hope likes to build the ball out of the back. Now Calvin's on the attack, going the other way, driving down the middle of the field. She's closed down by Bree Rose. Liz Williams is.
Hope sideline looking for a handball there as the ball kind of
Nice
caromed
little
up off
through
of.
ball and cross. Robertson gets a nice, I couldn't tell if she punched that ball or it just went through on the cross by the number 8, Catherine Bergman, the sophomore from Farmington Hills, Michigan, putting the ball in a dangerous position. And already in the first 3 minutes of this game, a lot of action, Paul.
Yeah, up and down the field they go. I mean, we started with Bree Rose just clearing the ball all the way down here to Ainsley Harris on the near touchline, and Calvin is now coming back on this half of the field, earning their possession and earning their keep so far in this game, and being able, it was a great snuff out there by Ellinger.
Yeah. Battle in the box, good win by Mia Hesley and Carla Wigaski, who has 9 goals on the season. The Hope forward battling, but right now Calvin's on the offensive. Usiak goes down. Oh, and that ball was looking towards the near post, and it'll actually go out for a throw-in. A dangerous, dangerous ball as Ellie Farrell gets in behind.
Yeah, Uziak falling down on that play there. You know, she's starting in place of Olivia Dieppe tonight. We were mentioning before the broadcast came on the air. So Audra Uziak getting her first start of the season back there, and she's going to have her hands full tonight for sure with Ellie Farrell.
Yeah, Usiak has seen some time as Adeline Rad early on the season, so she's played a good amount this season, but the major game to come into and replace the junior Dieppe, Harris finds Wigaski. These two have been on a tear lately. together. Farrell challenges, and now Hope will calm it down and maintain possession. Ellinger tries to turn to the middle, and that's a great block by the number 22, Rory Pruis from Grand Rapids Christian, the grad player. So actually, Calvin has 5 grad players playing out their eligibility, or 3, I was told by the coaches before the game, 3 grad players that play on this team. And so what a great thing to have in a game like this is that veteran presence.
Playing out their final year of eligibility, as this is the last year that players can call for the COVID year, as the pandemic seemed to have its way with college athletics around the country. So a lot of players have been granted that 1 extra year of eligibility as a result of that. But so far, I love what I'm seeing out of both teams here, Mr. Margarone. Both teams are moving the ball extremely well. Both teams are passing the ball extremely well, but they're also filling space really well. The runs in this game so far and the through balls have been phenomenal.
Yeah, Farrell plays that ball to Bergman, and now that ball ends up at Lindsay Houtsma's feet, challenged by the freshman Mia Hesley, who's been great all season, starting from the jump in the center back position, with that position that was vacated by Jenna Mustafa, the longtime player there, stepping in very well for that. She's flanked by Megan McCauley as the other center back for Hope. Grace Fowler, the transfer, another transfer for Hope, now midway through the season, doesn't feel like a transfer anymore, but she's been playing great in that center mid. So Calvin will get a throw in. We'll introduce you to more of the players as the game goes along, but we would be remiss to not mention for a women's soccer game here in West Michigan. You could not get a better environment. Packed house, beautiful weather. Houtsma drives down the left side, plays the ball through, and that's cleared by Rose at the defensive center mid position. Oh, Farrell with the little dummy. She's going to Usiak, who goes down again, but puts that ball on the sideline.
Audra Usiak is going to be filling her rings on her Apple Watch tonight. I can tell you that, because Ellie Farrell, is a player. Oh, Robertson with a great save.
Oh, another great save. Cleared off the line.
Oh, Calvin dangerous in this box inside the 18 right now.
McCauley
got to get this ball out.
Wow. And Farrell and Usiak have been battling on that side. Calvin, you can see their play early on is to go to the wings, Paul, and try to get in behind that outside back and slot that ball across. And they've had 3 or 4 good opportunities already in this game.
Well, they're challenging Usiak like no other right now. They know that she's a first-time starter. Mm-hmm. They know that Dieppe is out, and they're going to run at Usiak on this near side pretty much this entire first half, and that's exactly what they've been doing so far.
You can see the pace of Hallie Barnard putting the high pressure
speedster
on the Kelvin goalkeeper and back line. Hope is going to want to use that sideline more often during this game. Houtsma will challenge McCauley. That ball's played to Adeline Rad. Finds Fowler. Hope has been great building through the middle throughout this season, and just the last 2 balls have been too vertical. We've seen them at their best as they've moved the ball side to side on angles, and so Hope is going to want to get more balls on the angle as the number 22, Rory Pruis, using Farrell again on this sideline. Harris challenges.
Farrell, excellent turn on that ball. Incredible turn.
Hesley with the great defensive read is going to play that ball out of bounds, and Hope is under a lot of pressure from the Calvin Knights early on in this game. Bergman with the throw. That ball bounces around. Another slotted ball, dangerous, and McCauley just content to hit that ball up the line. Wagaski is there. A good turn, but Pruis plays that ball away. What a battle early on in this game, Paul Willard.
Yeah, you love what you're seeing from Calvin right now in terms of putting super high pressure on the Flying Dutch. They have exposed the wing out here on this near touch line, and they are just pounding it in play after play after play, trying to get more shots on frame, trying to get that ball into the mixer. Hope still trying to build out of the back a little bit, and a couple of mishits, couple of long sends that should have been slotted through balls that just were hit a little too hard, that ran on the turf a little too much.
The Holland Christian native Ainsley Harris challenges for that ball. Adeline Rattle play that ball up the sideline, and it is blocked. And we have a pink and purple sky here over Van Andel Soccer Stadium. If you are local and in town, get off of YouTube and come on over to this game.
Yes, sir.
If you got other things going on, you're cooking dinner, thanks for tuning in. If you're from far away, we understand you got a lot of things going on, but what a gift to have the Hope Broadcast Network to be able to bring a game like this to the masses. A phenomenal game of soccer. We see a lot of youth soccer teams here watching.
Learning, growing, experiencing what it's like to be on a field that rivals pretty much any Division I soccer field out there, I would say. I think the only one that comes close is the one at Calvin, the field at Calvin.
Yeah,
it's an excellent facility.
I was there just last week watching the men's game that between these two teams. Another great battle, 1-1 in that game.
Yeah.
And we're in for a treat tonight as Fowler jumps that pass. And it looks to find Bree Rose. That three in the midfield right now, Calvin is winning that battle early on in this game. And Hope is going to have to calm down and find feet. They're a little bit rushed right now as Calvin is taking it and putting high pressure on the backs and the center mids. See if Hope can settle into this game. It's going to be Jess Inman, the other grad student from Killdeer, Illinois, coming in for the throw-in on that left-hand side. McCauley with the big win. That's blocked by Hallie Bernard. Hard to believe we're already 11 minutes into this game. It's just been a breakneck pace already.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It feels like this game has been going on for 25, 30 minutes already, just with the pace of play so far in this contest.
A flick by Kelvin, and that bounces dangerously. Hope's defense and Kendall Robertson have had to be very active as that ball has been pinballing around that box.
Yeah. Kendall Robertson from my hometown of Jackson, Michigan.
Love that.
Yes. Little shout out for Jackson there. She went to Parma Western, I believe, but we won't hold that against her, right?
Star center back Lucy Iverson for the Calvin Knights, a Naperville.
There you go. Your hometown, buddy.
My
there
hometown.
It is. I love it.
A lot of connections in West Michigan, Illinois, Indiana in this game.
Yeah, Harris is going to pick up a foul on that one. Came in just a tad late on Catherine Bergman, the sophomore out of Farmington Hills here. We got a free kick now for the Knights from Calvin University. It looks like Liz Williams is going to take that one.
Liz Williams, another grad student,
yeah,
as we said before, is going to get on this ball, puts that ball into the mix, doesn't get over the front line, and Bree Rose knocks that out. And Hope will look to reset. Liz Williams driving the offense from that center mid position.
Yeah, now Hope's got to build. A lot of yellow jerseys on the right side of the pitch here, and Hope needs to take advantage of what they have back here, but great shape from Calvin so far defensively.
Yeah, a great ball from Adeline Rad. Pushed it wide to Wagaski, who took a shot from kind of a steep angle and pretty far out. May want that back for a slotted ball or a cross, but Hope didn't have many players in the box as they were still breathing from the pressure from that Hope has been putting on them so far. And that ball will run out of bounds. Paul, what does Calvin have to do to keep up this pressure, and what does Hope have to adjust to change as we look to find a third of the way through this first half?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think Calvin has done a phenomenal job so far in this contest of building on this near touch line here, trying to expose Audra Uziak, the first-time starter in that left wing back position. And they've done a great job. Calvin has, and I would expect them to continue to do so, of working the ball back across the middle when they have it out on the wings. Hope needs to, I think, for Hope to stay in this game, they need to settle their passes down a little bit. Their passes seem a little bit too urgent, a little bit too quick, and a little bit too rushed at the moment. We've seen a lot of passes for Hope sail a little bit long, maybe go out of the reach of the feet or the body of the white jerseys on the pitch. And so if Hope wants to maintain their composure in this game, they've got to settle down and make those right passes.
Another ball down that right sideline, as you talked about. UCAC will find the ball back to Robertson, and we find ourselves in a 0-0 tie. Robertson will start the ball from her feet. High pressure from Houtsma. That ball will be played. Mia Hesley, the freshman, brings the ball up the near touchline. Tries to get out of the zone, and finally Fowler comes away with it. She looks to play the ball over the top, which is a great play to put Hallie Barnard into space, challenging Inman, and all Inman can do is put it out of bounds. If you've watched any Hope soccer throughout this season, you know Hallie Barnard's pace. It is unbelievable when she gets on a dead sprint.
Yeah. You know, that ball's going to go out. Looks like it just on the other side of the fence there maybe. But, yeah, Hallie Barnard just phenomenal on that top wing position for the Flying Dutch so far this season. I believe she has 2 or 3 goals so far on the season, and she can just get up and down the wing so quickly. Her fitness is just on another level. Ball played to Bernard now, looks to swing it into the mixer and unable to find anything, nothing but yellow jerseys in that 18.
Yeah, Rory Pruis clears that ball. Another
what
long
a great
ball into the box.
Oh.
Harris, who scored 2 goals on Saturday, as we talked about, was running onto that ball, but that is picked up by Calix Dodge, and she'll try to get that ball out quickly with a throw. And UCAC steps up higher with the pressure and knocks that ball away from Ellie Farrell. Paul, we got a request. I've got a text from a former Hope player who wants to know what high school you went to in Jackson, Michigan.
I went to the Jackson High School.
Whoa,
in Jackson, Michigan.
The Jackson High School.
Yes, I try to be as pretentious as the Ohio State University, because oftentimes we see people associate Jackson and they think Jackson Lumen Christi, the Catholic high school in town, which has won about 500 state football championships. But you know, I went to Jackson High School. So
that's wonderful.
We can let them know.
Wonderful. As Bree Rose, the sophomore who went to Unity Christian, steps over the ball. Great ball.
Hudsonville product, Bree Rose, my current hometown.
Yeah, Unity Christian, another school known for its state titles in soccer.
Absolutely.
Both the women and the men won the high school soccer state title last year.
There you go.
There you go. A lot of Unity Christian, a lot of Grand Rapids Christian players on this field tonight.
Yeah, you know, the Hope Calvin recruiting circles are just one big Venn diagram, Mr. Margarone. They, you know, the center circle is probably as large as the state of Texas, I'll tell you what, because we recruit from Hudsonville, they recruit from Hudsonville. We recruit from Naperville, they recruit from Naperville. You know, it just so happens that both schools have a storied history with each other. Both teams steeped in faith, steeped in tradition, and no better tradition is better than the rivalry game here.
Hope has gained a little traction in this half, calmed down a little bit, started to build, find their feet. That's come through Fowler in the midfield and Hallie Bernard up top. Houtsma plays the ball back. Again, back to Houtsma. They're looking to find space. A nice little run to the outside by Pruis here. Plays the ball through. Turn on it. Great little spell of play from Calvin here. An unbelievable angled ball to the corner. That ball will go out for a corner kick.
First corner kick of the game, Mr. Margarone. I will say that one of the things that Hope started to do really well is they kept the pressure really high at and beyond the left side of the midline.
We got a quick corner kick.
Oh, quick, sorry.
And that ball is slotted into the middle, bouncing around. Calvin on the attack dangerously. I'll let you finish your thought here in
Yeah,
a
sure.
second. All right, go ahead. No, Calvin just took such a quick corner kick. I didn't want to miss the play on
it's
that
fine.
one. But what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying Hope did a phenomenal job of keeping their personnel on, right at the half line or on the left side of it as you were going right to left here. And they just did a really great job of keeping Calvin off the ball for the last 5 or 6 minutes. Calvin seemed to slow their pace down, but now they're picking it up a little bit more. And I'm looking to see how well Calvin can start to transition back to how they were playing in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Liz Williams with a kick.
What
dangerous
a boot.
ball onto the back stick
Woo.
over Robertson's outstretched hands.
What a boot.
That ball was knuckling, kind of going in and out, back in to the farthest post. And Hope is glad to have nobody on that backside heading that ball in as it went over the line, and Hope gets a goal kick. McCauley has been great in that center back position, just holding down the fort as Calvin has been dangerous attacking. Nice win on the header by the Knights there. Every time Hope seems to get to that back five of Calvin, they have just really eaten it up and not allowed Hope to get in behind. Ellinger finds Wagaski with a nice little touch.
What a turn.
By Iverson. She's driving at the defender. Oh, what a play. Heads up play by the goalkeeper Dodge to step off of her line as Pruis, I got to learn how to say that last name, but Rory Pruis comes out and knocks the ball off Wagaski's shin, and it got right back to her, but Dodge was up to the task.
Yeah. I love that turn from Wagaski. I love the patience that she had on that. She just hit it a little too long, but great read by Dodge to come off of her line, grab it right around the 6, and keep the ball out of the back of the net, because Carly Wagaski, 9 goals on the season. She's Hope's top goal scorer right now. She can push with pace. As Hallie Bernard goes down the far side. Oh, the speed of Bernard.
Great ball in. Hope doesn't have enough players forward as
Nothing but
yet.
yellow jerseys, unfortunately.
One of the things about having a fast winger like that is it doesn't allow the rest of your players all the time to catch up to her speed. And so she crosses that ball in, and there's not enough players up top. And now Calvin is going the other way. The transition in this game has been at a breakneck pace. Oh, on to the front foot.
Yeah, great read by Robertson, scouting that one all the way. By the time that ball was sailing in the air, Kendall Robertson was already down playing the angle. Just a really smart read.
Yeah, stopped the shot from Sophie Mueller, the player from North Muskegon High School, who had gotten in to the center of the D of Hope, put it to the far post, but Robertson, as she's done all year, was big on that one.
Oh, McCauley with a little bit of a miss hit. Now Calvin
3v2.
in transition.
Oh,
Mia Hesley.
Come on now. That's a game-saving tackle right there.
Absolutely.
That's unbelievable play.
For a true freshman, too, nonetheless.
Wagaski settles the ball down. Great play there. Bree Rose finds Fowler. Hope gaining a little bit of possession in the midfield, which has been good, and calming down a little bit. Plays the ball up to Harris.
Yeah, that's one where you want to see Grace just maybe move the ball a little bit forward, hit a 1-2, and maybe hit the winger on the outside. She sent that one just a little too early and a little too long, unfortunately.
Yeah, Hope's doing a lot of balls down that right-hand side and into the center. These ladies are tired. This game is going up and down the field. You can see the transition game. The game is just so fast right now.
It absolutely is. Both of these teams coming out with an incredible amount of high energy. Oh, a little nutmeg there by Uziak between the legs of Ellie Farrell. Crowd giving an audible gasp as that happened and skated right through her legs.
Fowler with the great step. Wagaski brings it down on her feet. She'll drive at the defense, but she has had to go 1-on-3 every time she turns. Hope has been unable to use this left side of the field and find Harris enough with the ball at her feet. Harris has been great all season when she gets the ball at her feet, driving at defenders. I'd like to see that a little bit more from Hope College, and I believe the coaches probably would too. How can we find Harris's feet? How can she dribble at defenders? As Calvin has kind of shut that down. Liz Williams finds herself behind Bree Rose in space. Ball played over Rose with a great challenge. She plays it up the sideline, but no one there for the Flying Dutch.
Yeah, you can see both teams now starting to get a little gassed as we are 20 minutes into this game now. Oh, Bernard unable to keep possession. You know, and if you're Hope, you got to, when you start to think about how you possess the ball, where you possess the ball, they've had so many opportunities on these runs through the middle and on the far side there, and they've just been dispossessed by Calvin. Credit to Calvin's defense, though, because they are packing it in. And any time that Wagoski has the ball up there, Harris has the ball, Bernard has the ball, you see 5 yellow jerseys just swarming the middle.
Lucy Iverson gets beat on that play. Was Gasky going again?
Oh,
just outside the post.
Yeah, I mean, Dodge had that red the entire time, but, you know, Wagoski could have gotten a little bit more around on that. She was just being bothered so much by the Calvin defenders.
It's 1v3 every time she goes. And the first-year head coach, but 4th year in the whole program, Holly Van Ord, sees what we're seeing up here and says we need to get some subs for that top line with Grace Fowler, Carla Wagoski, and Hallie Bernard. Into the game for the Flying Dutch is Lena Ray. Great story, as she's a Hope basketball player as well. Yeah. Avery Koy-Kendall on the right side, and Liz Ballinger is playing at the 10 position. See if that pace can stay very high for Hope. They've used their depth all season. They played nearly 22 players against Trine on Saturday, and they like to wear down the defense by playing at a high pace the whole game.
Oh, Koy-Kendall tried to leave that one either for Harris or for Ray, who was trying to streak through and just could not find the connection there. But Lena Ray scoring, I believe, 3 or 4 goals so far on the season. She had a 2-goal game about a month ago that I had the privilege of calling. That was an exciting one as well, where Hope won it in like the final 2 minutes of the contest.
Was that Illinois Institute of Technology?
It was,
right?
yes, it was, yep.
No foul on that play, shockingly, and then another takedown.
Wow, physical game. Ref is letting them play tonight. I'll tell you what, wow.
Center decides it's Hope Calvin. We're going to let that one go. And so probably 2 fouls, 1 on each team in that little spell there. But come to think about it, there hasn't been many. Oh, what a touch by Williams. Tries to find the through ball. Oh, a great challenge to keep that ball in Calvin's side. Another challenge. Wow.
Hope unable to clear it off the back half here now. Calvin just doing a phenomenal job of stepping into those clearances and winning, or at least deflecting those 50-50 balls where, you know, you would think that the ball would just be easily cleared out, but Calvin is so quick off of the blocks to step right into that. Great turn by Ainsley. Oh, what a spin.
Yes, and this is what we're talking about. Ainsley Harris has the ball on her feet. Liz Ballinger just recently into the game. She'll go 1v1. Tries to find the angled ball. Thought she was going to take that 1v1 there. She was a little too generous on the pass, and Kavanaugh escaped. We've got 3 more substitutions.
I think a little miscommunication between her and Lena Ray there, too. I think Ray was expecting that ball to come right at the top of the 18. Liz ended up seeing the run on this near post side, and just they could not make that connection. But I love the way that Ainsley set that whole play up with her physical play, her excellent turn, and then her speed to get up the field and distribute the ball accordingly.
2 subs in for the Knights. Number 11, Carly Curry, the senior from Dexter, Michigan, and number 21, Shane Norton, the freshman from Norton Shores, Michigan, into the game. For the Flying Dutch, Sophie Novak into the defensive center mid position. The booth has turned on the lights for us here.
We don't need them.
I need the lights. the eyes are going a little bit, Paul Willard. Have you heard of this thing called middle age? That's what's happening. Another
Wow.
let him play situation. Looked like a foul on Hope, but
I don't like the lights because I don't like the people in the stands seeing what we're doing up here. We're solving all the world's problems, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't. Yeah, Mr. Margarone says leave him on because he has bad eyes. Go see an ophthalmologist, my friend.
A nice header by Coy Kendall, getting in front of the defender there, the number 11, Carly Curry. And Hope gets a header and a shot on goal there. An up-and-down game as 15 minutes are left in this half. We're 2/3 of the way through this first half, and we're at a 0-0 tie. Calvin came out hot in this game, putting a lot of pressure on the Hope defense. All I could say is Hope survived the melee in that first
they sure did.
10 minutes of the game and settled into the game, and now Hope has found a couple more opportunities through the high pressure and speed and pace of their forwards. They haven't gotten a ton of transition from their whole team up top. It's been mainly 1v4, 2v3 in the Hope offensive end. So they'll want to create some more corner kicks, some more opportunities, set pieces where they can get their whole team up top. Calvin, on the other hand, in the midfield, the Liz Williams, Sophie Mueller have just been so good putting that ball up and putting pressure on Hope's defense. Another clean play
another
in the
let
middle
him play, absolutely.
as Iverson wins the header. Sophie Novak, nice little touch there. Finds Adelaide Rad, who has space on the right side.
Yeah, a ton of space for Rad now, just seemingly running free. She's going to try to cross it into the mix.
Oh, the ball drops to Ainsley Harris on her dangerous right foot. She takes a rip over the top of the goal.
I like that take, though.
She scored a goal on Saturday with that same right foot driving across. A little further out near the corner, but found the far post,
That
Paul.
was beautiful.
That's, for Calvin, that's not the foot you want to have Ainsley Harris have it on. Another sub for the Knights is the number 7, Olivia Rawls, the freshman from Geneva, Illinois.
There you go.
Yes.
You're familiar with Geneva.
Yeah, my sister lived in Geneva. As Calvin gets the ball through, a dangerous play there. Unbelievable. Big fan of Geneva. My brother-in-law taught at Geneva High School for 20-some years. So,
there you go.
Big fan. A big fan of my sister and brother-in-law, too. They're wonderful people.
You made it sound like you weren't so much.
I know. That's why I had to clear that up. But Olivia Rawls, freshman, getting her first minutes up at the forward position.
Got a Hope College throw now on the far side. I love the pressure that Hope is keeping up here. They are not allowing Calvin to get their numbers on the right side of the field here. And they are just putting a ton of high pressure right now on Calvin. Unfortunately for the Flying Dutch, it has not resulted in very many opportunities other than 1 or 2 shots towards the net, both of them going wide and high for the Flying Dutch.
Nice little through ball putting pressure
on
Megan McCauley, who's been extremely active there. But you got to give credit where credit's due. The Calvin defense, the center backs of Lucy Iverson and Rory Pruis. We'll say Pruis. Pruis has just been wonderful. Nice cross by the Knights. And that ball
Ainsley
a little
Harris.
too long, and Ainsley Harris shields that ball.
Great shield by Ainsley to come up all the way from the forward wing position to shield that ball out of bounds. And Claudia Folker coming into the game for the first time for Ainsley Harris. It looks like we've got 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half. Boy, Mr. Margarone, it has felt like a full game already.
It has. It's been up and down, very fast-paced, very hard-fought, very physical. Great job by the center allowing this game to gain its rhythm, to find its way through those fouls. Not too much stop and go. As we have a little stoppage here, looks like a bloody ear.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's an earring hole that got hit. We're going to take a little stoppage. We're going to get a sub for the Flying Dutch. Heidi Berkey into the game, the sophomore from Grand Haven, will come into the game. The Knights with the throw-in down the sideline over Usiak's head. Rawls turns on it and puts it off Hesley for another Knight corner kick. They have been dangerous
They really
so
have.
far on the corner kicks.
So their third or fourth corner kick so far in the first half. Hope not earning any corner kicks so far. That I mean, a corner kick is basically a free set piece, right? So
That's right.
you have to take advantage of it when you have it. Oh, what a boot again!
Robertson tips that ball out of the danger zone,
Wow.
unable with the pressure to catch that ball. But that ball is 2 yards from the goal line, and anything can happen when you put that ball in. And Liz Williams with a great play, trying to find the on-running Calvin Knights attack. Novak, great little touch to the outside, finding the space. She tries to find Claudia Folkert, who's into the game as well, up top, and unable to do so. Novak slides in, but a dangerous redirect, and McCauley, all she can do is play that wide, and Hope will be unable.
Yeah, McCauley tried to
save
slot
that.
that through. Looked like number 8, Catherine Bergman, just hit that ball right off of the back of her heel as she was running away from it. I really love the look from Sophie Novak, though. I think if Hope can start to, again, it goes back to what I was talking about earlier in the first half with Hope's passing. I think if they can calm down, put some passes together, and not try to force it up the field as quickly as possible, they're going to be very dangerous for the Knights as this game wears on.
Kaya Nichols, the junior for number 26 for Calvin, into the game with her first minutes. Calvin playing it around the back. A lot of subs into the game right now, both for Hope and Calvin. Seeing how the rhythm has stayed pretty similar.
Oh, yeah. Still up and down, still a track meet right now.
Yep.
Between both teams here, and Hope not wanting to give an inch, Calvin not wanting to give an inch, and both teams fighting for MIAA supremacy right now.
As we said at the top of the broadcast, both teams enter this game 4-0-0 in MIAA play. Hope on a 9-game win streak after starting the season 0-2-1. Calvin ranked in the top 25. They played the number 1 team, Washington University, earlier in the season to a tie, and they have had a great season. So both teams coming in smoking hot into this game, and you can see it's a back and forth battle early on in this game.
Oh, what a turn. Ellinger with the turn, looking to slot it through. Coy Kendall leaves it for Liz Bellinger. An offsides call here. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, offsides call there. I believe it was, I can't remember who got the call. Offsides, Coy Kendall maybe. But great little spell of play there, Mr. Margarone, where they were working it. Hope was working it on that side really, really well. Ball cleared to the midline now. And Calvin now on the attack.
Yeah,
We're going to see another throw in for. Oh no, that's going to go the way of the Dutch. I thought that Adeline Rad may have hit it with the back of her heel a little bit.
Yeah, McCauley has been all over the field early in this game, and she's content to shield that ball out as she's pushed a little bit.
Yeah, referee
over the side.
Still letting them play. I mean, a little bit of gamesmanship there. Megan McCauley shielding her attacker off of the ball.
Yeah.
And it looked like number 7, Olivia Rawls, taking exception to McCauley's delay to let that ball go out of bounds. But nothing, like I said, Ali Frazier.
I
right?
know.
You've got Magic versus Bird, and you've got Hope versus Calvin, right? It is a match made in rivalry heaven here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium tonight.
I like the way you said that, Paul. And Calvin likes the way they're moving the ball right now, finding feet, trying to get in behind the defense. This has been a battle of trying to find the seams of what works, and both defense have been up to the task in this 0-0 tie. Not many shots on goal, a lot of crosses that haven't found their mark, a lot of from Calvin, and Hope, a lot of 1v2s, trying to do individual effort up top, and have just been unable to break the deadlock here. But I'm curious, when both coaches, both Coach Holly Van Noord in her first season and Coach Emily Ottenhoff in her seventh season, will talk to their teams about at halftime, because this is kind of a chess match a little bit, as both teams are trying to break the deadlock and find that little pocket of space in behind, which is going to get them the goal.
Yeah, both teams, Matt, so far coming very close on a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances for scoring. Ainsley Harris putting one towards the sticks, going over. Wagoski putting one wide. And then Calvin has had some.
Wow, what a turn.
Oh, wow.
A nice little kick over the top.
Beautiful turn.
Ellinger, who's played phenomenal this whole half and has been in the whole half, battling in the middle.
Referee letting them play out there tonight.
Novak picks it up.
Incredibly physical game so far, incredibly fast game so far in this contest, as both squads are up and down the pitch, left to right, speeding through the lanes, making passes, and making it work for their game plan. And I think, Matt, at halftime, both teams have to say, we're doing everything that we can to keep our opponent off of the ball and try to win as many matchups as we can. And right now, Calvin streaking down towards the top of the 18, looking to put a shot.
My.
What a block by McCauley, reading that so well. And that's going to be another corner kick for the Knights. That, I believe, is their sixth corner kick of the first half.
Player of the half so far for the Hope College Flying Dutch is Megan McCauley, who has just been all over the field, getting her foot out in front of that shot right at the last second, as I believe that was Sophie Mueller drove down the field. The number 8, Catherine Bergman, with the corner in a dangerous spot. That is and Calvin is unable to save it.
You heard a little, here in the crowd, I heard a little squeal when that ball hit the side netting on the outside, as though the fans over here on the far left side thought that it went in the back of the net. But a deceptive angle here, when you're on the left side of the stadium, ball hits that outside far netting. You think it may have gone in, but ball stays with the Flying Dutch now as we tick down to 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in this first half contest.
Heidi Berkey tries to settle that ball. Every time the forwards for Hope get the ball, they are surrounded by 2 Knight defenders. And so they're going to have to be a little bit more creative, finding the ball at their feet, maybe playing that ball back into the center mid, and then finding that through ball. Kind of, they call that up, back, and through.
Yeah.
And Hope has not been able to find that enough. It's been individual efforts up top. And Calvin, their defensive scheme is really working so far. Adeline Rad.
I like
with
that
the
new
header.
nickname.
Rattled, yeah, that's good. That's good. Heads that ball up. Great turn. Coy Kendall tries to find Bellinger through, and Iverson will be content with her left foot to boot that ball. If you're new to Van Andel Soccer Stadium, there's a fence there. The fence is there because there's a river, and the ball people never like when that ball goes over the fence, because they literally have to fish it out of the river as
and
the second ball goes over the fence.
That's exactly right.
Rad plays it down the line. Bellinger.
Oh, great find.
Good set of play from the Dutch. Can't find the final pass.
See, and a play like that.
Wow, Knights are off to the races.
Wow, here we go.
1v1 and back. Number 21 tries to beat Hesley, but what a
Oh,
defensive
what a
play.
great defensive play from Mia Hesley.
Holy cow.
Oh, the speed from the true freshman, shielding her opponent off of that ball, letting it ride off of the end line. I mean, she's a first-year player, Matt, but that is a senior level move right there, where you have just every chance in front of you. Kendall Robertson not knowing that Hesley was on that backside there. She tried to play it and slipped.
Folkert finds the ball at her feet. Tries to find that outlet for Novak. As we have 1 minute left in the first half. Novak in behind the defense. Nice little ball through. Berkey on her left foot.
Little miscommunication there, but still stays with the Dutch. Heidi Berkey trying to get there. Nice cross.
Oh, Dodge goes up and gets it.
She had to reach for that one, though. I'll tell you what, if there was somebody on the back post, that's a goal for sure. But no white jersey on the back post. What a left-footed cross from Heidi Berkey, though. Excellent hit. I didn't think she was going to get there.
Novak and Bellinger, both juniors for the Hope team, had played for 3 years in that center mid together. They are a great combo. Ellinger also in there with them as a junior. Calvin with 15 seconds left. See if they can get one opportunity before the half ends. But what a great first half of soccer, Paul Willard, we've
Unbelievable.
had in this rivalry game. You do not want to go anywhere because it's going to be even better. The stadium is filling up. So if you're local, come on over. If you're at home, get your food cooked and sit down on the couch, because we'll be back in 15 minutes. From the Hope Broadcasting Network, I'm Matt Margarone, and this is Paul Willard.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louie the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. A well of the storm, I feel like it's season. This type of drive can push Lamborghinis. So get you some sign and have your own sneaker. I'm in the van, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. Hey. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the loss like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It wasn't possible, I heard him say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Running back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. 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 Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.
Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience, and strength. They're ready to change the world.
If I do it, then I'm doing it to death. Oh yeah, I'm influencing the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, started moving with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the blessing. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, you know I do it for the glory. Ay, the glory. Ay, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed. Too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the
Welcome back to Van Andel Soccer Stadium. Woo! And
we have a game tonight, my friends.
The Hope College campus in Holland, Michigan, between these two longtime rivals, MIAA rivals, national rivals in Division III soccer. Paul Willard.
Yes, sir.
What a game we have so far.
Unbelievable first half. We mentioned in the first half, if you were listening, first of all, thanks for continuing to listen to our voices, bless your screens or your ears tonight. We're thankful to do this job here for this contest between the Knights of Calvin University and the Flying Dutch. Looking at that first half, Matt, it was a track meet and a half, we will say. Both teams just flying up and down the pitch, finding lanes, finding passes, finding success at both ends of the pitch. Calvin getting the better of Hope by a score, by a margin of 3-2 in terms of shots on goal. But possession-wise, you cannot ask for a more equal distribution. 51% for Hope, 49% for Calvin. 58% of Hope's possession took place in the center part of the field, which is pretty incredible. More than half of that time, Hope possessed the ball in the middle of the field. Now, they did not possess the ball very well in the attacking third. Calvin, on the other hand, possessed the ball extremely, extremely well in the attacking third of Hope, with 38% of their possession being in Hope's attacking third and only 17% of Hope's attack being in Calvin's defensive third. So, I mean, all things being equal, this is an incredible game of soccer, and we are in for a phenomenal second half.
We are blessed to watch the 9-2-1 Hope College Flying Dutch against the 8-2-2 nationally ranked Calvin Knights here from Van Andel Soccer Stadium, one of the premier Division III facilities in the country, hallmarked by that big anchor in the center. We've got 45 minutes to go, folks, and it has just been a great game of soccer. The stadium is full. We've got athletes from the different teams. We've got youth soccer players and youth teams. We've got alumni. We've
parents,
got
family,
staff, faculty, parents,
grandparents, aunts and uncles.
My former teammates.
Hey.
Right below me, I'm pointing to John Kaczynski right there. It's a good night. I've got my daughter and her good friend Macy in the booth with me. It's fun.
It is an incredible, incredible evening for soccer here in West Michigan between these two Division III rivals. Again, you cannot ask for a better evening of soccer, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Calvin started that first half so fast.
They did.
Coming up the sidelines, running through the middle seams, trying to find those spaces in behind. They did a phenomenal job of doing that. Hope able to win possession back through the middle of that first half, through some great play, some 1-2 passes. And this is anybody's game at this point in time. I know it's cliche to say that, but it really, really is. We'll see what adjustments Coach Holly Van Noord and Coach Emily Ottenhoff made at halftime.
Already an adjustment as Ainsley Harris finds herself on the right side of the field this time. Hallie Bernard on the opposite side. Both on the same sides of the field, but different positions here to start the second half. Calvin with the throw-in down the sideline. Harris with the ball at her feet, something that Hope was looking for more in the first half. Wagaski, it's back to Harris, looks for the early cross. That is blocked by the phenomenal defender, Lucy Iverson, who is obviously shadowing Harris in this game, making sure she knows where she is at all times. And a rare foul call by the center ref, letting the girls play in the first half.
I believe that's only the second foul called in the entire game so far. Grace Fowler getting bumped from behind there by her defender, earning Bree Rose a free kick. Bree Rose, by the way, you want to talk about a Jenna Mustafa replacement. Yeah. Bree Rose can boot it down the pitch, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, and she's set to take this set piece. There's 3 in the Calvin wall. Looking to get over the backs. No, she plays it short. Quickly, McCauley plays a diagonal ball into the box. Dangerous. Skates through, but Calvin gets its foot on it. And as they've done all game, off to a quick transition. Oh, the diagonal ball looking to be played through. Oh, wow.
What a tackle by McCauley. A great read there. Ball bounces in favor of the Knights, and it's going to be a throw-in on the near touch. But what a well-timed slide tackle by McCauley.
Player of the match for the Dutch so far, saving many goals in that first half. The Knights back on the ball as Liz Williams in that midfield has just been so good.
Oh, what?
Ellinger drives now.
What a win.
Up the field. Finds Bernard in space, 1v1. This is where Bernard gets in behind the defense.
So fast.
Cross into the box. She finds herself marked by Pruis, who just pushes that ball back out. That ball played long into the keeper Dodge, and Dodge will just grab it.
Yeah.
And the crowd will clap, and the nervous Calvin fans in that moment will breathe a sigh of relief.
And Hallie Bernard really turned on the Jets on that far side. Unbelievable speed from the sophomore player for the Flying Dutch. But Calvin quickly gaining possession back here in a dangerous position now.
Calvin with the through ball in behind the defense. Ooh. Oh, my word. Liz Williams got in behind McCauley and Mia Hesley as Audra Usiak was beat on the right-hand side. And the forward for the Knights, actually the midfielder Liz Williams, was unable to get full contact with that ball, and Robertson picks it up cleanly.
Hesley causing just enough of a disruption there where Williams could not get all the way around it. I mean, that slotted ball through right there, you can put that one near or far post, have your pick. But a great defensive play by Mia Hesley to keep her off of the ball.
If you thought this game was going to settle in at halftime, it has not. It's just up and down again here in the second half. Great little turn by Calvin, but Hope's midfield actually stepping up their play as Ellinger drives down. She finds Bernard with a little pocket of space. The early cross to the back stick. Harris gets her head on the ball, but not enough power as it was a little far. And Dodge will pick it up.
Yeah, Harris was like kind of falling backwards a little bit. You know, if she's like 2 feet back from where that is, she can run onto that header and put it with some body momentum behind it, try to find the back stick. But, I mean, great play from Hallie Bernard so far in this second half. Oh, what a through ball.
Ellinger marking. Oh, a dangerous shot!
Wow! Unbelievable. Bar down.
Wow.
What a shot.
Wow. I believe that is Olivia Rawls, number 7.
Woo. Unbelievable shot from Rawls. Bar down for the Knights.
A nice little rollback pass to Rawls, who was coming on to her right foot, and she just hits a straight banger. Bar down.
Unbelievable.
And it takes a lot to beat Kendall Robertson, but with exactly 40 minutes on the clock, Calvin Knights find themselves up 1-0. And Hope will look to answer quickly, as that was just a beautiful goal all the way around from the Knights. And the freshman, in a big-time moment, makes a big-time play.
Yeah, I love that little heel back leave behind as as Rawls was streaking through.
Now Harris finding
Wagaski.
Little heavy touch on the left foot from her. And Calvin clears that. What a pace. We're 5 minutes into the half.
Yeah.
And end-to-end action again here. And Coach Ottenhoff is rewarded for putting her trust in the freshman. And now Williams finds herself on the right foot. McCauley steps in at just the right moment to block that play. Fowler chases down the number 23, Mia Judd, playing at that 6th position. She's found herself in pockets of space and been able to find the feet of her forwards, springing the attack for the Knights.
Yeah, one of the things that Calvin is doing really, really well right now is pushing the pace up the field, trying to get Hope on their heels a little bit. Whew. Oh, Hallie Bernard.
That is some pace.
That is unbelievable speed there from the sophomore out on the far wing.
Hope looks to transition up the field. And as has happened all game, Hallie Bernard has outpaced the rest of her team. And Hope has just not been quick enough to transition. You don't blame them, as this game has been end-to-end. But Hope is going to need some more players up top, or it's going to take an individual effort.
First corner kick of the game for the Flying Dutch here on this near side corner. Bree Rose jogging up to take this corner as she has done all season. Both the men and women's teams for the Flying Dutch and Dutchmen have done a phenomenal job off of corner kicks this year, scoring multiple goals so far off of these set pieces.
We will see if this set piece is another one. Bree Rose with a driven ball. It is cleared out, but McCauley steps up. Great play, keeping it in the zone. Rose with a little diagonal ball, and Dodge will step off her line and easily grab that, as there was no one running on the near post.
Yeah, Bree's going to want that one back. If she would have taken a one-time just to settle down, just a moment to settle and try to find maybe a white jersey inside the box to put it in. She tried to put it to the near post, maybe catch Dodge off of her line a little bit, and it just did not work out. But again, like we mentioned in the first half, Mr. Margarone, it's going to come down to Hope making the right passes at the right time, making the calm passes. Oh, what a turn by Ainsley.
Harris with a nice little slide finds Wagaski. She's 1v1, but then Lucy Iverson, just a calm defensive play from the junior from Naperville, Illinois. And she is just a phenomenal player. Won the MIAA Player of the Year as a freshman.
Wow.
And has just been a staple in that defense. Her older brother also played center back for the Knights. So a legacy of Calvin soccer in the Iverson family. Great step by the Knights there, as Liz Williams has been all over the field in that center midfielder. The grad student is just a phenomenal player. Calvin looks to bring the ball down. The goal scorer, Olivia Rawls. Oh, she gets hit a little bit as Adeline Rad goes to grab the throw in.
Yeah, Rad was just trying to come onto the side of the field here and grab that throw in to put it back in for the Flying Dutch, but ran right into the backside.
This is a physical game. We got to watch a physical game against Trine and Hope, and now we do get a foul called on Fowler as she lost her footing a little bit and took out Sophie Mueller, and we'll get a set piece from the Knights from near half field. Looks like Iverson will step onto this ball, see if she looks to play short quickly. She finds Jess Inman. Oh, plays the ball a little too heavy onto the on-running Liz Williams, and you wonder if that ball would have been better played over the top. You like them building, Paul, from the back and trying to find feet, but sometimes it's nice to put that ball into the mixer.
Yeah, just I love what I'm seeing from the Knights so far in terms, like you said, of their build. They're doing a fantastic job of keeping the ball in the middle, winning the 50-50s where it counts, and then working the ball up again, either through the middle or on the wing, and then looking for those crosses. Hope has snuffed it out on all but one shot that was a phenomenal goal there from Rawls, as we've got another one in now. Great block by Mia Hesley there. That's going to be a goal kick for the Flying Dutch. But again, Calvin doing a wonderful job of keeping the pressure high on the Flying Dutch right now, not letting them gain an inch when it comes to the possession. And Hope is a possession team, right? They love to build out from the back. They love to build up and try to make those runs and see those slotted balls through up top, especially when you have talented forwards like Wagaski and Harris. But Calvin is just able to sniff all of that out right now.
Want to take a minute. It's been hard in a game with such a a fast pace, but want to take a moment to thank our anchor partners and sponsors who make everything happen here in Hope Athletics. BPW, LVZ Financial Planning, Gentex Corporation, Lighthouse Title Group, Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedic Sports Medicine Collaborative, and we're definitely thankful for that collaborative as they have helped so many of the injured athletes in the area.
Oh, absolutely.
Get the treatment they need. As Calvin comes down the other way, a beautiful turn by Liz Williams. Great defense at the last minute there by Rose and Hesley to force her to not get that ball in goal, and Hope.
Early subs.
Early subs.
Really early subs in the game right now.
It looks like 5 subs
Yeah.
in the center, mid, and forward as Coach Holly Van Noord in her first season at the helm elects to bring in some pace.
Yeah, Lauren Ellinger getting a break for the first time in the game. She played all 45 in the first half here.
McCauley looks for Lena Ray, and that ball is going to go off Harris, out of bounds. Lena Ray, basketball player at Hope, in her first season playing soccer, has just, like we talked about, been a great story for the Hope College Flying Dutch. That ball come over the sideline, and Calvin will get another throw.
Yeah, I mean, and going up, Lena Ray going up against Iverson there looks like, I mean, Iverson looks like a post player out there. She is skying above all the other players right now, and just a phenomenal defender, of course, stopping Wagoski on that break that Carly had just about 6 or 7 minutes ago. As Lena finds the ball at her feet, just dispossessed now.
Yeah, Michaela Wareaway with a great play as the 2 number 10s battle. Lena Ray battles back to win it back and then puts it out of bounds, Paul. Nice throw in by the Knights. Olivia Rawls tries to settle it, unable to do it. Ray puts it straight into Iverson again. And Iverson just seems to just have a knack for knowing where the ball is going to go and stepping to that spot. Looks like a handball. The ref allows that to play.
Yeah.
Fowler gets dispossessed.
You heard a
Sophie
collective.
Mueller onto the end line. Slotted ball. Whew. Dangerous play there, Paul Willard. And you're right. You heard a collective groan.
Yeah. Even a collective chorus of handball from the crowd. We've got the doors closed here in the booth, but even we could hear them from all the way up here. But, you know, I think if you're Hope right now, you've got to try to control the way that Calvin is attacking you. And I'm not entirely sure how you do that. One of the ways that they did that really well in the first half was that they possessed the ball in the middle of the field and right around the midline. Like I mentioned, 58% of their possession in that first half was in the middle of the field. And that's when Hope was playing their best.
That's right.
And Calvin didn't really have many touches on the ball, didn't have many breaks, didn't have many runs up the line or anything. So, you know, if you're Hope, you got to try to win possession back and control the middle of the field here. As Grace Fowler now hits it.
Nice touch by Novak to find Liz Bellinger, who slides aggressively. No foul on that play. That's the right call, as Hope is now needing those type of hustle plays to create some offense. That one will be called a foul.
Yeah.
I believe that's on Claudia Folkert on that far side here, Paul. And 15 minutes gone here in the second half. You're right. Calvin started the game on a tear.
Yeah.
In the first half. Just a lot of possession, a lot of opportunities. Started that second half in a similar way. Hope worked its way into the first half by gaining some possession in the midfield, creating a few more opportunities. They're going to need to find that possession again. It's been hard as Calvin has just jumped those passes and created a lot of transition with the fast-paced forwards and wingers that has just been hard for Hope to get a handle on.
Yeah, Calvin is stepping through on every through ball, every slotted ball. Calvin is just playing the lanes so very well against Hope right now as that ball sails into the wilderness.
The wilderness.
As we say.
The river.
The river. We've got a throw in now for the Flying Dutch on the far side now.
Hard to take a breath in this game, Paul.
It definitely is. You know, we've called a lot of games together, Matt, you and I have, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. And I cannot remember in recent memory a game that has moved with this much pace, with this much let them play philosophy and approach that the center official has taken here.
That's right.
And it has been a phenomenal contest with Calvin getting the better of Hope right now by a score of 1-0, ticking down to 28 minutes left in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you missed a phenomenal goal by Rawls in that within the first 10 minutes of that second half here. She went bar down on a little heel back leave behind. Highlight reel goal for sure.
That's right. Now Hope has it into the offensive third, and a nice try on that cross from Liz Bellinger, but that just goes over the end line. Yeah, 40 minutes exactly was when that goal was scored. 27 minutes left in the second half of this game. 2 4-0 teams in the MIAA. That means 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 ties so far. Calvin is nationally ranked in the top 25. Hope is receiving votes. A lot at stake in this game. These two teams faced off in the MIAA championship last year on Calvin's field.
Yep.
And it went to a shootout after overtime, and Calvin came out victorious. So these two teams are used to high pressure, big stakes, and this is another great game. Audrey Usiak finds herself on the ball. Nice little ball into the middle. But once again, Iverson is there to clean it up. Calvin now, when they get that ball in the midfield, they just go off to the races.
Oh, wow.
Novak and Hesley trying to close it down. Oh, and that looks like a foul there as the number 26 for Calvin, Kaya Nichols, the junior from Hastings, Thornapple Kellogg and Delta Community College transfer, earns a foul in a very dangerous place as Liz Williams will stand over the ball. Williams.
About 30 yards out here.
Puts that ball into the middle. McCauley mistouches it.
Oh, dangerous right inside of the 18, right by the PK spot there. Great clearance by Hope to win that one.
Wow, Coy Kendall tries to play that up to Ray.
Yeah, and again with the passes for Hope, one of the things that we talked about in the first half that Hope's going to have to clean up is the way in which they try to make those passes up the field and try to have a little bit more calmness and accuracy with them. As Coy Kendall hit that one long, McCauley hitting that one long again, but sometimes all you can do is clear it off the line and try to get it up the pitch to stop the Calvin attack.
Usiak with a great play as she's challenged by Ellie Farrell. Megan McCauley on the ball. Finds Adeline Rad, who's had a little bit space on this right side. A great little move by the semi-local player out of Hudsonville. Grace Fowler with a dangerous ball into the middle.
Ooh.
As Volker challenges Dodge, but Dodge, as she has been all game, kind of steps into the spot and makes those plays that look dangerous just seem kind of like, hey, I got
nothing.
this. It's nothing. You know?
There's a reason why she has an 88% save percentage on the season so far.
Great anticipation.
Yeah, really great anticipation. Great reads, great step outs from Dodge on a lot of those balls here as Fowler takes it away now, looking for Coy Kendall on the near touch here. Avery looking to cross it in, and that's blocked. Ball's going to stay in bounds with some top spin. Quick throw now for the Dutch.
Rad with the ball in her hands as we find some subs into the game. Ainsley Harris back into the game for Fowler. With her first minutes of the game, Nora Konzinski, the freshman out of Portage, comes into the game. And the number 14, Cece McCarthy, from Ypsilanti
There you
again into the game. Nora Kaczynski is the daughter of my former college teammate, John Kaczynski, and she finds her way into the game for her first minutes.
I'm interested to see here how Hope's formation changes as Ainsley Harris stepped in to that center position that was formerly filled by Grace Fowler, because you've got Claudia Folkert on the wing, you've got Coy Kendall on the wing.
Rad with a beautiful ball. Folkert lets
Giving
it run
chase.
over her head.
Wow, just a little too heavy on that send. What a great, you can't play a ball better than that over the top.
Yeah, Dodge again coming out at just the right time to get that ball. Bellinger drives at the defense. Iverson will back up and again just gets her foot on the ball, stops the Hope attack in its place.
Right place, right time for Iverson. Reminds me a lot of the way that Cole Pauley plays for the men's team. Just so smart with positioning, so smart with the way that she plays the ball, the way that she angles on the ball.
It's a nice little spell of play for the last 5 to 8 minutes from the Hope College Flying Dutch. Gaining more possession. Coach Holly Van Noord brought some early subs in at about the 29-minute mark, and they've played with pace. Ray takes it off the face. Novak and Bellinger in the middle with the Harris, the goal scorer from goal scorer from Saturday. And Calvin has just been kind of reading all these long balls and getting on the end of them with headers and feet and not allowing Hope. Hope has moved from their back third to the middle third into the front third, but they've just got to get that final shot, that final play, Paul, to try to break even in these last 20 minutes.
Yeah, certainly Hope has had a lot of chances up there, a lot of balls sneaking through, but just so well read by Iverson. What a great through ball here. But Iverson again giving chase and so smartly plays it off of the touchline and actually off of Coy Kendall's foot.
Jeez.
Instead of playing it, a lot of defenders would play that off of the end line there.
Big-time players making big-time plays.
There you go. Absolutely. No better time to do it than in the rivalry game between these two teams. Storied history of both institutions going all the way back to the 1860s, some might say, when the Calvinites moved down the road to Grand Rapids. Steeped in history, my friend.
That's a lot of history between these two teams. As you said, a lot of players look to go to either Hope or Calvin. But in recent years, as Kuykendall gets around the corner, plays a dangerous ball.
Iverson again. Just a little flick header, enough to keep it out of the range of the 18-yard box. And you can't say enough about her defensive positioning and the way that she's able to read the game.
Hope has flipped the field now and now having a lot of possession on this end. But Calvin turns them over, and they're going the other way. Number 5, Houtsma, picks her head up. Calvin with its first little spell of possession in the last 10 minutes here. They're a great job kind of slowing down Hope, gaining some possession, passing to feet. That's actually all you want to do to get out of your zone, get your whole team up, is to just connect 4 or 5 passes, gain the energy in the ball, and that helps a ton in these type of games when you're under a lot of pressure to finally get a little spell of possession.
Well, and that's a little bit about what we want to see from Hope as well, right? You want to see them put together 4 or 5 passes in a row, calm passes, not the long sends in, not the heavy touches on the ball that go long. They've had a lot of those, and they've had a lot of success so far this season going over the top and getting their speedy forwards in behind. But you're not going to be able to do that against Calvin, who is so talented in the back. And Hope is going to want to try to possess the ball more if they even want to get close to putting a shot on goal.
Novak drives at the defense. Nice little combination and play from there as Folkert puts it wide. Ball ends up at Wagaski's feet. She turns on it, but Iverson again. The center back from Calvin is there at just the right moment, and Calvin is off to the races here. Nice little through ball there, but Robertson will pick it up. Interesting here as Hope puts some bodies forward, whether Calvin will be able to counterattack Hope and put in another goal. That's always the danger as you start to press higher in a game like this, Paul.
Yeah.
Is that the other team has more opportunities to get in behind. Robertson will settle in. 18 minutes left in this game. For the Hope Broadcast Network, I am Matt Margarone, and this is Paul Willard. Grateful to have this call on such a big game in West Michigan soccer. Two Division III powerhouses here playing against one another. Great tackle at the last minute as Hesley picks that up. Liz Williams drives at the defense. McCauley gets her foot on it. Houtsma tries to find, and Calvin still maintains possession. Harris goes down. Williams on her foot. Right-footed shot. Robertson deflects it back. It's still in the mixer. Ball slotted across, and that is an own goal.
Oh, unbelievable.
That is off the foot of Megan McCauley, who has just been phenomenal for the Flying Dutch. A great play from Liz Williams getting that shot on goal.
Ainsley Harris going down on a slide tackle. Looks like she's going to come off with a little bit. Looks like she was trying to come off for an injury here, but now
Novak will go out of the game. But Paul,
Novak back onto the side.
Yeah, that whole play was built out of Liz Williams driving on and taking that shot. Robertson deflects it, parries it wide. All she could get on it was a fist, unable to catch it as she was outstretched. The Calvin winger, I couldn't see who that was on the right-hand side. Played it across the middle, and it hit off McCauley's foot and found its way into the back of the net. And don't look now in this rivalry game, Hope is down 0-2. But that's what happens when you put bodies in the box, Paul Willard.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And, I mean, like you said, Liz Williams just driving through and playing with pace, putting the ball in through the 18, getting it down in that corner enough to put the ball across, and then it just caroms off of the foot errantly from Megan McCauley, and an unfortunate own goal gives the Knights a 2-0 lead in this game as we tick down to 6:20 left in the contest.
Great play from the number 11, Carly Curry. And can't say enough from the Knights about Lucy Iverson in this game and Liz Williams. Two, I got to say it, nationally kind of ranked players. They're that good, and they've made a difference in this game. Rowell's actually the freshman with the first goal for the Knights with 40 minutes, and now the Knights are putting the pressure on Hope again. 15 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second half. Let's see if Hope can get a goal to pull this a little closer. Wagaski finds the ball at her feet. Nice play to Bellinger, who plays a beautiful through ball. Fowler runs onto it as Iverson is on the chase. Fowler, let's see if she tries to go 1v1, but that's a great ball in as Coy Kendall challenges. No foul on that play as the ref has been consistent all game, allowing that one to go. But a nice little spell of play from the Flying Dutch to create a good opportunity. But if I'm honest, not enough shots from the Dutch as they haven't been able to get that final play in behind. And you got to give credit to both Dodge and also the back line of the Knights. Nice little calm build as Liz Williams finds the ball. And now Calvin gets in behind. McCauley kind of gets frozen in the stutter step.
Yeah, a little bit of a misread there. but lucky to find the feet for the Flying Dutch of Grace Fowler here, who plays it to Wygoski, and now back to Coy Kendall. You know, Matt, that's okay. So that's the kind of play that you want to see there, right? Wygoski plays it back to Coy Kendall. Coy Kendall sees on the far side to play it to Uziak, and now up the pitch, Hope goes, right? They need to get back to doing that a little bit more instead of trying to send in these long balls over the top and these long crosses through, because Calvin is just scouting those and running straight into those passing lanes every single time.
Another sub coming in for Calvin here. Vivian Nagelkirk, the freshman from Unity Christian in Hudsonville, finds herself on the sideline. Harris double teamed as Calvin's scouting department has known where a lot of the attack has come from for the Dutch. Oh my gosh.
What a turn.
Liz Williams, just an unbelievable game with a nice little tight touch in that midfield. And she has just really driven kind of the midfield play for the Knights. Rad finds herself on the ball. And I got to say that ball is just not going to work for the Dutch.
Yeah, that's
Calvin
exactly
has been able to read that all game. Oh, a nice little play through. Robertson reads that. She's telling her team to get up with just 12 minutes and 45 seconds left in this rivalry game. It's a 2-0 lead for the Knights, and Hope is going to have to create a few more goal-scoring opportunities if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, so far, not a lot of opportunities in this second half for the Flying Dutch. Credit to Calvin's defense and the way that they kind of drop in and condense in the box, because they have just been able to kind of scout a lot of those passes that Hope is trying to make. But again, too, Hope needs to settle down. Hope needs to make one pass, two pass, and then move the ball well up the field here.
Nice
as
little
Wygoski
turn.
turns on Iverson.
Hallie Bernard gets stepped on by Nora Kaczynski.
Yeah.
Nice little play. Unable to find the feet of Nagelkirk. Now Harris finds the ball at her feet. She is flanked by three players in the midfield. She slides to win it back as Bellinger finds herself with a lot of time here in the second half. Coy Kendall tries to play with Gasky. She is knocked on her tail out of bounds, but that ball will go over the end line.
Substitution. Yeah.
And Iverson with another play.
Yeah.
Kind of like a brick wall back there, Paul.
Shay Norden, number 21, true freshman out of Norton Shores, Mona Shores High School, checking into the game for the Knights here. Ticking down to 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this contest. Hope has got to find a way to put some passes together and get up the field. But, Liz Williams just all over the pitch tonight, Mr. Margarone.
Nice little ball into that pocket of space in between the center back and the outside back. Calvin puts the high pressure on, and Robertson hits it over to the fence.
Kendall couldn't do anything there. Uziak playing it back to her probably a little bit late, and Kendall Robertson didn't have a choice but to put it over the fence here on that far side and into the river.
Great turn.
Ball stays in bounds. Great block by Uziak, though, on that far side. And the Knights win a throw-in now.
10 minutes, 50 seconds here in the second half at Van Andel Soccer Stadium in Holland, Michigan, from the campus of Hope College. A lot of teams are out here tonight in a full stadium as they've watched two undefeated teams in the MIAA go to battle. The Knights versus the Flying Dutch, two big-time MIAA rivals. Hope on a 9-game winning streak, and Calvin ranked in the top 25. Calvin finds itself with a 2-0 advantage on a goal from Olivia Rawls in the 40th minute. At the 40-minute mark, actually, here in the second half. And then in the second half, as the ball was pinging around the box after a shot by Liz Williams, Megan McCauley And the Hope College defense accidentally scored an own goal. A tough play for a center back, and Hope finds itself down 2-0.
Yeah, Calvin so far in this second half especially just seems to have scouted Hope's opportunities for the passing lanes and their Hope's movement up the field so well. They're jumping the routes almost every single time on Hope's passes, and Hope just doesn't have any choice sometimes but to try to clear the ball up the pitch because of Calvin's high pressure right now. And Hope just can't find an answer to work the ball around and gain some possession. Kendall Robertson fielding that one easily. 9 minutes left now for the Flying Dutch to try to make this an even Stevens contest by, having a miracle of all miracles happen, scoring 2 goals in under 8 minutes here.
You've seen crazier things in rivalry games.
You sure have.
As Liz Bellinger wins the free kick here, and Adeline Rad will step onto this ball at the half field line. Rad. Great ball into the middle. That ball is flicked on to Harris, but Dodge, as she's been all game, seems to kind of step up before the Hope College Dutch can get on the end of it and create a really dangerous shot. And that's because the ball has been probably too vertical up and down and not enough side to side, not enough getting that ball to the wings and crosses across the middle. But unfortunately, that ball has been angled and too straight up and down, and Dodge has just been able to come out and step on and grab the ball. Hope needs to get their whole team up in transition.
Yeah.
And you know what, Paul? These two teams are both so good that you kind of feel at some point they may see each other again in the MIAA tournament. So a lot of things to be learned from a game like this. A reminder that there is an MIAA regular season championship, and then the tournament champion is actually who gets the NCAA automatic qualifier. So a lot left to play for, both in this game and the season.
And a lot of times, too, what a great touch by Coy Kendall to Bellinger. Slotting it through, and again, Calvin just getting their heels on.
A nice play by Fowler.
What a tackle.
Yeah, but you're right. Calvin gets the ball just at the last moment, whether that's Iverson or Pruis in the back, just at the right moment have gotten their foot on the ball.
Yeah, they stick their heel out as the ball is coming across. They have almost like they have all game. They're just finding those passing lanes and seeing where that ball is going to float, and they're just reading it really, really well and not allowing Hope to build up any sort of offensive pressure.
Credit the game plan from the Knights. Credit the players on the Calvin team playing with pace and speed. And the defensive play led by center back Iverson, just kind of keeping everything in front of her, making the right play at the right time. As Kaczynski finds herself on the ball, but Hallie Bernard dispossesses her. Coy Kendall with a little touch through, but Bernard gets hit back about, let's say, about 40 yards out. And actually, this is a dangerous play. Interestingly enough, Bree Rose not in the game at this moment, as Liz Bellinger will find herself on the ball for this kick with 5 minutes and 35 seconds left.
I'm curious, what was the foul that was called way back here?
Yeah, Bernard passed the ball up. Coy Kendall tried to play it through, but she was hit by Kaczynski.
Yeah, on the after.
Bellinger plays that ball through, finds itself at Wagaski's feet. It's blocked. Fowler tips it. Oh. And Dodge again.
Yep.
Picks up the ball.
In any other situation, too, Wagaski finds that ball at her feet. She's able to turn, whip around, and shoot. And, I mean, like you said, all game, Matt, and like we've seen, Calvin just swarms around that
Swarms.
3-on-1 as we've got a throw in now on the far side for the Dutch.
Iverson plays that ball long as Hope's defenders are up the field. They've moved into a 3-back, trying to play a little more offensive, which exposes them at the back. But down 2-0 in this game, there's not much else that they can do. The ref elects to let this play go rather than call the subs. There are 3 of them standing here waiting to go in with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, but he says play on. Nice little touch by Calvin, and that's just good soccer as Liz Williams finds the ball at her feet, plays the runner Kaczynski, who plays a wonderful cross in.
Ooh.
Red!
Wow.
Oh, wow. Great play by Robertson reading that. Bellinger with a nice touch back. And Hope plays it up the field, but no one there.
You know, no passing lane established there. Coy Kendall just trying to clear it up, but nice ball up to Wagoski now, but Wagoski going 1-on-4 right now as the Calvin defenders just collapse in. Ainsley Harris gets taken down from behind, and no foul, says the referee. I thought he was going to play advantage there for a minute, and Harris is still down on the field here.
Looks
as
like
she got clipped
bit.
from behind. And that's definitely, you know, Ainsley Harris, you hate to see that happen, but it looks like she's going to step off the pitch now. Lauren Ellinger coming on to the field for the Flying Dutch. Ainsley Harris might be cramping up. Maybe she got clipped a little bit there, like we talked about, but either way, Calvin gets a goal kick here with 3:15 left.
Great win by Hallie Bernard. Wagaski tries to take a turn. She has been double teamed at every play. She gets the ball and tries to make a turn. They have scouted Wagaski. They know she has 18 points on the season, 9 goals, and she has just been unable to get around the defense of Calvin as Hesley chases down the Calvin attacker, who walks on a tightrope along the sideline.
What a play.
Puts the ball into the mix. Fowler with an unbelievable defensive play. And even though this is a 2-0 game with 2.5 minutes left, these players are leaving everything out on the field. Unbelievable. Ref letting them play. Nice little run from Rad. Touched by Coy Kendall. Hope with a nice attacking opportunity here as Rad goes 1v1. Plays that ball in with her left foot. Oh, and it's just blocked at the last second by the Knights. Coy Kendall, 1v1. Steps over the ball. Beautiful move. Looks to get the cross in, and that's blocked. A nice play.
Corner
Hope will
kick
get a
here.
corner kick. Robertson, the goalie,
Coming all the way down.
all the way up in this 2-0 game. There's
Yeah.
a minute 50 left. There is an open goal on one end as Hope has nearly everyone in the mixed. Hesley gets in there as well. Great cross. It bounces down. Robertson ends up with it. It hits the ref. He allows that play to happen. The goal is open. Oh, Fowler steps up. Robertson still heading back. Mueller on the kick. Puts it over. Oh, and it is headed out. Unbelievable play. It's still going on, and that's a foul. Hesley sprints all the way back. Mueller wisely takes a kick from 40 out. 1 minute left in this game, and that's everything you could ask for from a rivalry game.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my gosh.
The drama, the action, everything happening on this pitch tonight. Calvin's going to walk away with a victory here, 2-0, unless something changes drastically in the last 40 seconds. Credit to the Knights, though, for coming into Van Andel Soccer Stadium and playing their game, sticking to their game plan, jumping nearly every passing route, playing tremendously solid defense and not allowing Hope to get into their game and attack in their attacking third.
Wonderful play from the Knights as we tick down 15 seconds left. We want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. I have a feeling these two teams will find themselves deep in the MIAA tournament later in the season. But for tonight, the Knights have the better of this battle, and they find themselves with a 2-0 victory off of a goal by Olivia Rawls and an own goal by Hope College. Pretty even in the possession battle, Paul.
Yeah.
But in the end, on the scoreboard and in the shots on goal, Calvin was able to create more opportunities and came away with the win tonight.
Yeah, credit to both teams for really giving it their all tonight. Hope just not able to win the possession game in the second half. You know, it was going to be a tight one regardless. 51-49 possession in the first half. We don't have the second half numbers in front of us, obviously, as the two teams shake hands to finish it out here. But phenomenal game. Again, you can't ask for anything better from a rivalry game here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. These two teams will see each other again. Woo! You can death, taxes, and Hope Calvin, I'll tell you what.
For tonight, for the Hope Broadcasting Network, I'm Matt Margarone, and this is Paul Willard. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you soon. We've got a big game on Saturday here with the men's team, so you'll want to turn back in and join us.
Yeah.
Take care.
See you next time.